You know what this is?
What?
Episode 12.
Ooh, the Dirty Dozen.
Down the Cheezehole.
We made it to a dozen.
We got a dozen in. We committed a while back to saying we were going to do this once a week. Mm-hmm. And by golly, we've done it once a week.
It feels good.
I don't think we missed a week. Did we take a week off at
No,
Christmas?
we didn't.
We didn't.
No.
We were dedicated through a holiday break.
Yep.
Well, episode 12, Down the Cheezehole. First thing I had to talk about was old Hammer and Hank Aaron died.
Yeah. Sad to see that.
I vaguely remember as a kid seeing him around in like his brewer uniform, those old school brewer uniforms that I think it was like actually a generation before the ones they brought back now. Mm-hmm. The neatest thing I saw about Hank Aaron, well, first of all, I think his whole story is a cool story. I mean, it's in my opinion, one of the great historical, baseball figures, pre-steroids, whacking home runs.
I agree. Just a man's man.
A man's man, tie back to Milwaukee. He didn't break the color barrier, but he had a
he
big
really
part
helped pave it forward.
Yeah,
I mean, he really did.
He did. Yeah. But one of the things they've been talking about in Atlanta, which I would love to see them do because I also think it's a cool name, there's a petition going around saying instead of using the name the Braves, which they've
want to change anyway,
they've been wanting to get away from, is to call them the Atlanta Hammers.
That's awesome.
I'm in favor of that.
Me too.
I am too.
I mean, if you're going to change it, that's the tribute like that is top notch.
There was a billboard. I drove down to Appleton this past weekend, and there's like one of those digital billboards, and it paid homage to both Ted Thompson in a really neat way, and then it paid homage to Hank Aaron, and it said something about like the Hammers, and I think it was actually trying to push Wisconsin people to get on board with the name change in Atlanta. I guess I was driving past it, so I can. But anyway, it was cool. I don't know who put that billboard together down in the Fox Valley, but nice. If anyone does and they listen, I would be curious to hear some feedback.
Can
on
we
that.
add to that billboard that to bring it back to Miller Park too?
To change, yeah, because what is it? State Farm?
State Farm, American Family.
It's some insurance thing.
Yeah.
I thought I'm glad you bring this up. Because I was shocked that Miller let that sponsorship go.
Yeah. It's so disappointing.
It doesn't make sense.
I mean, I think I'm with the majority of a lot of people. We're all still going to call it Miller Park, whether on purpose or on accident.
Well, all of those stupid named parks go through name changes.
But not Miller Park.
Well, it's the Brewers, for crying out loud.
Yeah.
It makes no sense.
What are you brewing now? Insurance claims? I mean, come on.
They're brewing up fraud claims. They're brewing up, Yeah, and I'm sure it comes down to money. And, was it basically put out to a bid and American Family outbid Miller?
Everything comes down to money.
Yeah, I get it. But if you're Miller, I would pull my entire marketing budget from everywhere else to keep it Miller Park because it just makes so much sense. Easy for me to say, I guess.
Yeah.
So I'm not the chief marketing officer at Miller, I guess. But
yeah. Well,
I heard on the radio this morning that we're talking about changing names, that there are still some schools that use Native American names. And I heard on the radio this morning that Guayawiga Fremont, they're in the process of doing that, and they got their nicknames down to 4.
What are they now?
They're the Indians.
Okay.
Which I think is, in some cases, I think it's actually appropriate. Because I think Guayawiga was a chief Indian. I think the name of the town is in...
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, there's a lot of those.
So there are cases in which sometimes it doesn't make sense, but they're narrowed it down to 4: the War Hawks, the River Hawks, the Hawks, and the Red Hawks.
So something tells me they're into some type of hawk.
Yep, it's going to be bird related.
A bird
I think.
of prey.
Yeah,
Yep.
They've got to be a bird of prey.
They ruled out falcons. They ruled out eagles.
Eagles, yeah.
They stuck with hawk.
Yeah.
Committed to it. I like the River Hawks. That's kind of cool. The Wolf River that runs through there.
Yeah. But back to what Andy was saying. I don't disagree with you. But. This is that whole white privilege thing where we're not in the moccasins, so to speak, of an actual Native American. But do you know what I mean? So, to say, I agree with you 100% that in Guayawiga's case, if it has ties to Native Americans, keeping the Indian, is it paying homage? Again, I've used that word more times today than I've used it the rest of my life. But I wonder, what is the perception from the people it matters to where we're just throwing an opinion out that doesn't matter.
Yeah, and you were right, by the way. I did look up the history of it. It does come from the chief of the Menominee Indians, Chief Guayawiga.
Yeah, that's an
Could they be the Guayawiga Chiefs?
I still think that's
because the Kansas City Chiefs.
So then there's on the other side of state, Osceola. I think they're also the chieftains, and they're same deal, named after Chief Osceola. of a certain tribe, and they want to keep that for that reason.
Again, trying to put myself in
Yeah.
the shoes of someone else.
Yeah.
I think if you're guayawiga and you're the chiefs, it's like Chief Guayawiga. I don't know. See, to me, I think I'm taking your
Yeah.
side and saying it. Even as Indians, I don't know. Like again, I do tend to take your side, but I'm trying to play the devil's advocate
Yep.
and
Yeah,
say,
right.
is that where the hang up is? So, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that was my.
I would
2
love
cents
the
on-
Atlanta Hammers.
Nice
Yeah.
cheesehole there.
Yeah, we
it
did-
was.
yeah.
I would love the Atlanta Hammers too. I don't know how serious they are. The petition didn't have a ton of signatures, which kind of surprised me because Atlanta has 1 billion people in it. But the Atlanta Hammers would be awesome. I hope that goes through. So, since we're on the Milwaukee topic, I noticed the first Summerfest cancellation came through. Like COVID-related headliner act.
Yeah.
I don't know who Halsey is.
Oh, shame on you.
Should I?
She's big.
She's pretty relevant the last few years.
Can
yeah.
one of you sing me a Halsey song?
And you know what? It's a shame that Eric's not here today because
could.
I think Eric's a pretty big Halsey fan.
Is he?
For real?
I don't know if it's for the right reasons, but
I don't know what
Good looking gal, I'm guessing.
she's a good looking gal.
Can somebody bring me a picture up?
Yeah. Here, I'm on it.
Oh,
Halsey.
I have no idea who she is. What does she sing? Can somebody hum me a Halsey song?
No.
Eric could hum me a Halsey song, but
I can't sing them, but I know them when I hear them type of Halsey songs.
is she
We're going to catch a lot of
is
flack
she
for
the
not
one
knowing
that
this,
sings
by the way.
Diamonds in the Sky?
No, that's
no.
Rihanna, I think.
Oh.
Yeah. Without Me, Beautiful
yeah.
Stranger,
Yeah, no.
You Should Be Sad,
No.
Bad at Love was a big one.
Yeah,
Bad at
no.
Love. Yeah.
So far you have not named one song that I have ever heard in my life. I
I
don't
might
think.
have. I mean,
I'm telling you I haven't. I'm pretty sure.
I'm telling you it's okay.
If they don't play it on a classic rock station, I
I was
probably
going to say,
haven't
so
heard
what
it.
is
or
your...
country?
Sure.
I go country, classic rock, and I don't mind like the modern stuff. If it's on, I don't necessarily get annoyed by it. I just don't gravitate that way on my own free will.
Now, are you a current country, old school country? How far back do you go?
I don't like. I've listened to country for 30 years.
Yeah.
But I only like modern country, like the
Really?
stuff that's popular right now.
Interesting.
And
See,
I far prefer the female singers.
Really? Mm-hmm. I'm a big fan of Casey Musgraves.
I love any
Okay.
current female singer.
But see, I actually fall more into like the 90s. I love that era of... And I even go back... I have a CD in my truck right now of Highwayman. Love them.
Casey Musgraves. Speaking of
One of my
beautiful women.
favorites.
Oh
yeah.
my goodness.
One of my favorites.
Oh my goodness. Let's not go down that road. Moving on.
Yeah.
Halsey canceled Summerfest.
Yeah.
That was
And
100%.
Jeff loves Casey Musgraves.
I do love Casey Musgraves. If she's listening, we would love to have her on as a guest, even without a Wisconsin tie.
Yeah. We'll make one.
Did Halsey cancel 100% COVID?
Yeah.
Yeah, I
It
think-
said
yeah.
it was out of health and safety concerns. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I guess we typically don't talk about COVID, but I saw the senior citizens are now eligible for COVID vaccines in Wisconsin. Was that as of like this week or today?
Monday. Started
Starting
Monday.
I can tell you, I know why they're going that direction, and I kind of support it. So my wife, unfortunately, has both of her parents are in different retirement, and fighting COVID in those places is a non-winning battle. It actually did go through one of the places, and it literally went to every resident in the place.
Yep.
So I guess it makes sense. I have no problem. I'm a healthy young male. Well, young in my mind, but
Healthy male.
Thanks, Tim. I'm a healthy male. So, and then the other part of that pharmacist dude who
that
tossed all
spoiled
those vaccinations really didn't even get in any trouble. It ended up being like a misdemeanor, which surprises
Well,
me.
I think it's still like... It says he faces up to 9 months in jail and a
Oh,
$10,000
okay,
fine
okay.
if conconvicted. So I think it's
Okay.
still going on.
Because it was 57 vials that he spoiled.
What was he charged with? Because what I'm wondering is the charge, was it like
Well, it's
Theft
misdemeanor
or-
property damage right now.
damage to property?
Yeah, that was enough to inoculate more than 500 people.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
I thought a vial equals 1.
No.
Vial equals how many? 500 and
57 vials equals 500 people, and I
so
can't
roughly
mental math
roughly
that, so-
10, a little less than 10, a little more than 10,
Wow.
a little less than 10.
Yep.
Huh? Yeah, I don't know.
That's just to comment on that, with whether you're for it or against it, you're just kind of making up 500 people's mind for him there. It's kind of sad.
Yeah, well, obviously, I think the guy clearly had a few screws loose if he thinks that he's going to single-handedly. Yeah. I mean, he
disarm the vaccines across the state.
He wasn't all there.
Yeah,
but having everybody get vaccinations and events and everything, I saw that like all of the ice-related stuff is kind of moving forward in Wisconsin. I saw is that in Superior or?
There's a couple different
Ashland
ones,
or somewhere that they have like a big ice festival.
Yep.
Is that in Superior? I think?
Lake Superior Ice Festival.
Yep.
Yeah.
Lake Superior has their ice festival this weekend, the 29th and 30th.
Les festivities de ice.
Yeah. Fireworks, ice sculptures, bonfires, family activities.
Bonfires? People are getting together their treasury notes and throwing them in a...
Yep, happens once a year.
These are worthless. Pieces of garbage.
Snow slides, snowshoes, and fat tire bike demos. So they got lots of stuff going on.
Learn to play Coob, 9-hole disc golf.
Wait,
ice racing.
Learn how to play.
Coob?
Go backwards.
Coob?
You
What
can't
is
just say Coob, and I have
You guys
no
have never heard of Coob?
No.
Never.
It's a lawn game. I can't
spell it.
Kubb. Look up the origin for me quick. But it's
Kubb.
yeah, it's a big lawn game. And you spread out quite a bit, and there's like these wood blocks that you set up, and then you have to throw like wooden batons at them, end over end, to knock them down, and like you advance your players, and you knock out
I
like
have
the king
never
and stuff.
heard nor seen this played.
It's a big thing in the city area. When I lived south of here, there was like Coob
Define city.
leagues.
You mean like Rhinelander?
No, there's like Coob leagues in Madison.
Oh, the
It was a big
city.
thing,
You mean
yeah.
the big city?
Big city.
Coob can be described as a combination of bowling and horseshoes.
Yeah, but it's with all wooden blocks.
There's two games that
It's
I
pretty
never
fun.
look forward to playing.
It's a good drinking game outside.
Coob.
Yep.
Can somebody...
On December 13, 2011, Eau Claire, Wisconsin declared itself to be the Coob capital of North America.
you go.
Why did they beat us to that? Why are we not paying attention?
Because you didn't even know what it was.
No, I didn't.
Oh, there you go. Way to go, Eau Claire.
I'm proud of Eau Claire for being on the ball.
The OC.
Has somebody already declared themselves?
Oh, this is kind of cool.
What? Well, go-
Legend has it that the Vikings used to play away hours on end playing the game during long, light evenings in the northern summers. So it goes back to the Vikings.
That makes it even
The
cooler.
purpose of the game is to knock over the king.
Can
So
we
that's
still
why.
say Vikings?
Minnesota
right?
does?
That's true, and nobody's on their ass. So we were way up in Lake Superior. Lake Geneva has a big ass ice castle that I think they're planning to show off. So there's two places I know that traditionally have ice castles: Lake Geneva and Eagle River. I don't think is Eagle River building there.
I haven't heard. I was going to ask you that.
It should
I
be
haven't
done
heard
already.
anything. Yeah.
I think they said they weren't doing it.
Why were they not doing it? Maybe just a
I
lack
don't
of
know.
volunteers.
to
'Cause there
draw
was-
a crowd.
There was
I think
great
the
ice.
whole idea is that it draws people together.
The ice castle doesn't draw a crowd like you've got 1,000 people standing there gawking at the thing.
Well,
They only had the one
draws
throne
all
to sit
50
in.
people of Eagle River.
Well, that draws in a lot of people who just sit in the little throne and take a photo is all.
Right.
I mean, up here they have the ice supply for it. How do they? Is Lake Geneva? Do you know where they get the ice for it from? Do they?
I'm sure it's from Lake Geneva. Why would they not? I mean, they'd have
There
plenty
can't
of
be
ice.
that much ice down there.
That's
right
what.
now.
What
Lake
I'm-
Geneva is also, aren't they the ones that build that big round merry-go-round thing and power it? Have you ever seen that? They cut a circle in the ice and then they put an electric motor
Yep.
on it and it
Yep.
slowly.
Have you ever
I'm
seen
not familiar with
people
that.
ice fish on those? That's a big thing. You get they put tip ups and stuff, and they do it moving, so they're constantly circular.
No.
Yeah.
That's funny.
There's
You've
YouTube
never
videos
seen
of
that?
it.
It's
They're
so
huge.
Oh.
They're
So
huge.
they cut a humongous circle in the ice,
Okay.
and then they somehow put like a center, like a record.
Yeah.
Picture a record
Yeah,
player,
yeah, yeah.
and it slowly turns, and everybody goes out and stands on the thing and talks smart and drinks. They must not have done that this year, maybe just because the whole idea of it is to congregate on the thing and stand there.
It even says the ice castles in Lake Geneva that they made it different this year. There's not as many enclosed tunnels. It's more spread out, so people can still go there and distance.
Well, it does say that they start by filling roughly 2 acres with ice and building from the ground up with icicles grown ahead of time.
Oh wow!
So
Wait.
they kinda- Well, I'm just reading
for the
this.
castle.
Yeah, yeah.
I didn't know that.
It says because there's so much ice involved, the structure could not be fortified with anything, as the ice's weight would bend and break anything it was built around. That means the crew starts filling the roughly 2 acres with ice, building from the ground up with icicles grown ahead of time. From then on, it's a process of layering icicles with mist and stacking
Good
more icicles
Lord.
on top of that.
This is a full-time
Lord.
job.
The result is ice castles. Yeah.
Wow.
Is there a picture of those? I just pictured the traditional sawing ice blocks and
Yeah,
stacking
yeah.
them.
Yeah.
This is a whole different thing.
Yeah,
this is
they
like
grow it.
Are stalagmites the ones that come from the ground up?
Yes, because stalactites hang tight from the ceiling.
Okay. Oh, nice. Good way to remember it.
Thank you.
It's like the principal is my pal. So tight to the ceiling and might
Exactly like that.
might be on the ground. So this is basically like a stalagmite castle.
Did you look up pictures of it?
Yeah, it's unbelievable.
So it's
Just
a
to say-
stalagmite castle.
It
Oh, it is a stalagmite castle.
Yeah.
You know, the other way you could do that is just, don't you think, like hoses continually running?
Oh, that thing's cool
like
looking.
misters just constantly going on.
yeah. Wow.
Yeah, it's not what I
wanna go there.
pictured at all.
No,
that's cool.
Look at that. I mean, that's really something.
Yeah, that's impressive.
That's cool the way they light it up from the inside.
It is impressive.
Oh,
Somebody should rip that idea off up here.
Very intrigued.
We don't have anybody who has that much time.
well, get yourself down to Lake Geneva.
Yeah, is Karen around yet? Does anyone know?
Brian?
Can we get our Karen in here? So I have an interesting story about the reviews from this week. I was gonna take a review from we were in Pepin County last week.
Yeah.
Nice.
So I was gonna take a review from what was that little town where our interview was from last week?
Porcupine.
So
There was something in that town?
No, there was nothing in Porcupine, but there was
Just
like
John Walker.
There was a dozen restaurants in the little town surrounding Porcupine.
Yeah.
So I looked hard and long for a review for a restaurant near Porcupine.
Yeah.
It must be home to the best food
The Pepin area?
in Wisconsin. Yes, the Pepin area had like a dozen restaurants, and every single one was like 4.9 stars, and the worst reviews were like 3 stars.
Huh.
It was craziness, and it was just like 3 stars only because I had to wait 10 minutes for a table. So I had to move my search.
Yeah, where'd you go?
I went to Monroe because we talked about
the
Limburger cheese.
Yeah, yep.
So I went to
connection.
Monroe and I found Buggy Works Restaurant and Pub, which is again another outstanding place to eat. Over 350 reviews.
Full name. Interested where it came from.
4.5 stars. But we had this one.
Never been there. In Monroe, I guess.
What?
That's it.
Yeah, never been there. It's in Monroe, I guess. 1 star.
There's so many things to say about this.
Well, there's not anything to say about it. It's just like what? First of all, what
I
inspires?
guess it raises a lot of questions.
Yeah. Well, what? You just jump online and be like 1 star.
In
It's
why
like,
would you
why?
find that place to even comment that? Like,
Even the owner, and I didn't print it out for us to see, but the owner commented on the comment and
Yeah.
was like, "Can you call me?" He was like, "Why did you do this?"
just full of hate.
Yeah. So,
So a 1-star review for somebody who's never been in the restaurant, let alone in Monroe, it seems like.
well,
Yeah.
yeah, because he says in Monroe, I guess.
So there's a number of reasons why this is irrelevant. One, they've never been there. 2, in Monroe is stating a fact that it has the address right when
Yeah.
you look up the review.
Yeah.
It says Monroe.
I don't get it.
Oh.
Whole lot of pointless.
Somebody who just jumps online to ruin
I guess so.
restaurateurs' lives.
I feel bad for the Buggy Works.
Well, since I'm in Monroe, I did line up an interview for this week again. We were talking about Limburger cheese in Monroe and stuff like that. So I lined up. I found a guy of all places, aptly named Dairyland, Wisconsin, and his name is Sven Colby, and he's trying to make. He's trying to be the second person in the nation, right? Is what we decided to be making Limburger
Yeah,
cheese.
yeah.
So I'm going to get Sven on the phone.
I have a lot of questions here.
Calling Sven.
Yeah?
Hello, Sven. This is Jeff from down the Cheezehole. We talked about getting you on the phone today. You got some time to talk?
Oh, yeah.
Sven, let me put you by your microphone. Hold on 1 second, pal. Can you hear us okay, Sven?
Yeah, I can hear you just fine.
Well, thank you for jumping on the Down the Cheezehole podcast, aptly named for a guy who makes cheese.
I'm very excited.
That's good. We're excited too.
Well, first of all, I can't help but notice your accent. Oh, are you Danish or Swedish or what is that?
Oh, well, it's a little bit of everything. I've been all over studying the great cheese masters. My accent is kind of like the Frankenstein monster. Little bits
No,
from
you
everywhere.
you sound
Little
great
bits
to
from
us.
everywhere.
You sound good to us. First of all, what inspired you to jump on the Limburger? I feel like there's probably not a lot of Limburger demand. Where does this come from?
Well, it was the one you mentioned. It was the only one. It seems sad that the cheese stands alone. So I wanted to get in on the fondue. And now we are direct competitors. My arch nemesis, if you will. So America, if you buy mine, not the 5-generation family-owned, international award-winning and FDA-approved Limburger cheese from Chalet Cheese on County Highway N in Monroe, Wisconsin. You roll the dice on me.
I guess I don't know what it means to roll the dice. Where do you make your cheese?
We are up north in Dairyland.
Now, did you move to Dairyland with the hopes and dreams of making cheese, or was it just coincidence?
Well, I've always dreamt of being a cheesemaker. Sweet dreams are made of cheese, they say. Me and cheese have always had been good at together. So right now I'm living the dream, doing things my way. Get it, they?
I didn't hear it. I'm sorry. What was that?
I said right now I'm living the dream, doing things my way, like the cheese way, like curds and they.
Oh,
you
wow.
know?
Ah, very good. Very good.
That was a missed joke. You can move on.
Yeah, I think we will. So you didn't. I guess I still don't follow. Like, do you have your own cheese making facility there in Dairyland? I mean, can we come take a plant tour and see how this process is? Because I'm going to be honest, I don't know a lot about Limburger.
Yeah, is this a garage production?
Well, right now, we don't do a lot of the cheese making tours and things like that. Right now, I just basically go door to door telling people that I'd like to talk to them about cheeses.
And how does that work for
Hold on,
you?
do you not stop? Hold on. Are you not actually making cheese? I didn't follow that.
Oh yeah, we're making it, but I'm not giving out the tours. I said right now I'm just going door to door.
That's how you sell your cheese?
Yep. I just go door to door and knock on the door, and I tell them I'd like to tell you about cheeses.
No, I've had Limburger. No offense, just not a huge fan of it. It's a very smelly cheese, correct? Do you use that as a sales pitch when you go door to door?
Yeah, right now I just kind of keep it in the back of my trunk. It stays fresh as that way.
Okay. Has this, so your Limburger, one of the things with, the existing Limburger is it's won a lot of awards and things like that. Are you entering this in any of the cheese competitions, or is this more just, just for your own self-satisfaction of saying you make a Limburger?
Well, when I get this batch done, I can look into it. Anything those other cheesemakers couldn't do, I can do feta.
Okay.
Confidence, that's good.
Do you have any plans to, expand into other cheeses, or are you just going to stay strictly Limburger?
Oh, well, funny you should ask. I'm already working on some celebrity endorsements.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, I want to partner with the Biebs. Yeah, I want to make the Justin Bieber.
Oh.
And I'm hoping that once Kanye is out of the picture, I can swoop in to make a Kim Kardashian.
Why don't any plays off?
That's a good one. Now that the election is over, I'm going to work on getting together a natural Biden melted cheese.
Oh my god!
Wow. I like the Kim Kardashians. Because we could have, you could actually go to all types of different Kardashians. You could have the Kim Kardashians, the Khloe Kardashians. Maybe one's a dill Kardashian and the other one is a jalapeno Kardashian.
And I love the nameplate. Ever any thoughts on using your own last name?
Well, no, I haven't thought of that. I guess I could.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Colby's one of my faves.
Yeah, well, Colby, I think you spell your last name differently, don't you?
Little bit, yes.
Okay.
But it's just a coincidence.
Well, we don't want to take any more of your time away from making cheese. Where can we find your cheese if we wanted to go buy some? I guess maybe you told us we can't because you go door to door, but is it available in any stores?
Yeah, well, right now I'm still working on the first batch. I keep most of the cheese in the back of my trunk, and like I said, I go door to door.
Well, if you ever drive up to northern Wisconsin, we'd be interested.
Yeah, if you could shoot us out some Colby, Sven, or some. I'm sorry, some of your Limburger. We'd appreciate trying it, Sven. Thanks, and have a great day, and good luck with the cheese making and becoming the nation's only second Limburger.
Yeah, sure. Actually, before you go, I know that you guys usually send out the T-shirts. So
Yeah, I didn't offer you one.
Well, can I actually offer you one? I have a whole warehouse full of "Make America Great Again" shirts that I have to get rid of now. Okay? Yeah.
Sure, you can send a couple of those our way. I'll follow up with you with a text message, and you get us some of those.
Okay. All right. Thanks, fellas. We got to get going now.
Thanks, Sven. Have
Sounds
a good day.
Thank you.
Yeah.
You're not going to text him, are you?
Wow. I don't know what to do in this case. Sven, another interesting character. We have a knack for grabbing some unique interviews from Wisconsin, don't we?
We do. The key is to look kind of off the beaten path, I think.
Yeah. Sven is making Limburger cheese in Dairyland, Wisconsin. Dairyland, aptly named. I happened to look up Dairyland when I found Sven.
Mm-hmm.
I thought that Dairyland was a lot bigger than it was. It's like on Highway 35, I think. Isn't Dairyland on Highway 35, Andy?
Yeah, you're up north in the like the Solon Springs, Minong area, very close to the Minnesota border.
You didn't have much to say to Sven. You just stayed out of that. Huh?
Yeah, I didn't really want to be a part of that interview.
he's a character.
Have either of you had Limburger?
No.
We
haven't.
talked. I was hoping Eric would buy some for us to try.
Didn't you text him and ask him to get us some?
I did.
I will tell you my honest first time ever having Limburger cheese. So in 4th grade in Sugar Camp Elementary School,
Okay.
we have a day that everyone has to bring in a different cheese, and it's a big cheese tasting day.
Who brought Limburger?
Well, they were like our type of cheese was assigned to us, the variety, and so Limburger was one that one of the students had to bring in.
What teacher hated what kid?
Well, but the whole class has to try them. So we all brought in a brick of cheese. You cut it up, and everyone would get to try all these different varieties of cheese, which is pretty cool to do in school.
Yeah, I like the idea. The concept is fantastic.
And we got to the Limburger, and the teacher said, like, you don't have to try it, but I recommend it. If not, just at least smell it. And
Who was your teacher?
Miss Miazga.
Oh, yeah. I had Miss Miazga.
Nice.
Her name at the time, she was unmarried, was Miss Bertoldi.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
Which also sounds like a type of cheese.
Bertoldi?
Yeah.
It does. Yeah, it really does. But I went...
or Miazga.
I was trying to be brave, and I thought, you know what, I'm going to try some of this. So I put a little bit of the Limburger on a cracker, and a tiniest amount, and it smells like, my memory of it, it smells like puke. It's rancid. And I take this one little bite of my Limburger and my cracker, and honestly, instantly started throwing up in the garbage.
You did
I
not.
puked it out. It made me gag.
For real?
Mm-hmm.
Ooh. I
It
think
was
we gotta
that
do
bad.
it.
That's honest to God.
Did the janitor grab that sawdust stuff that they have
I
readily
made it
available to throw on
I made
your
it to
puke?
a garbage can.
Oh.
Yeah, it was right behind me.
That was always the best part of a kid puking in class, is the janitor was right there with the sawdust material.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I wouldn't say that's good, but you remember it.
Oh, yeah. It's vivid.
Yeah.
Vivid memory of like kids puking in class and the janitor's right there with the puke sawdust.
Yeah.
I got my card flipped once for yelling "ew" when a girl threw up by me.
Wait, you got what flipped?
My card flipped.
I don't know what that
Punishment.
means.
Did you guys have that?
No.
No.
Interesting. It was like kind of like your first strike. We had like colored cards, and it went from like yellow to
Oh.
red to black.
And you went ew and someone puked?
Someone puked. I went ew, and I got my card flipped for it.
So I have a super weak stomach. Like if somebody pukes next to me, I'm next. I'm out of there. Nose plugged, running for the door. Well, I'm excited to. We still have to try this on our own because your palate changes as you grow old. What happens to your palate is you actually become. You can't taste anything. So
I'm out.
Stuff that tasted like crap before. I want to see you puke again.
I won't do it.
We'll have Eric standing
we
by
gotta,
with sawdust.
we gotta get some. Yeah,
Yep.
and we gotta get some of that vegan cheese.
Yeah, we've got a lot of work to do.
Yeah.
We still haven't done our.
We talk a big game.
We should make
do.
a whole
We haven't
list.
made our brat flavored soda,
Right. Yeah.
and that soda machine that was on Facebook Marketplace is still there. I feel like a $20 offer should take that thing home. And
What do they have it listed as?
What are those soda making
Yeah,
machines?
but how much do they ask?
Oh, 50. I'm
Oh,
not paying
geez.
50
Oh,
bucks
no.
for a
25.
science,
I'll pitch in.
science experiment. well, we could get.
Oh, yeah.
We did pick up a sponsor. We have a Rugged Gear, which is our new sponsor. They make outdoor gear.
Okay.
Maybe they'll kick in $20 for us, and and we can buy the soda making machine. What are those things called again? Why is it
soda
Stream?
machine.
Soda Stream.
Soda Stream, yeah.
Soda Stream. Yeah, there's one for sale in Rhinelander. It doesn't seem like it's going anywhere. So we could make our brat flavored soda.
Yeah.
And then I'm still kind of dedicated to emptying out a chapstick container and making a brat grease chapstick. But I think the brat grease chapstick actually, probably scrubbing actual grease on your lips creates the opposite effect of helping them, doesn't it?
We'll find out.
Were you actually going to use it?
Yeah. Well, yeah, we're not going to make it not use it.
Did anyone see the Brown County Sheriff's Office had to put out a thing because people were texting people who lived in Brown County acting like they were like members of the sheriff's department and asking for gift cards?
Do you know about it?
I saw the article, and it was some sort of scam going around that people were getting texts, and it had actual Brown County like sheriff officers' names.
It was a text or an email?
I think a text. And there was requesting like gift cards and money from officers.
So it said like, "Hey Andy, I'm Officer I'm Sheriff Tim Dobbins, and can you go grab me an Amazon card?"
Yeah, demanding payment to settle a legal issue or warrant for their arrest.
Yeah, otherwise they get arrested if they didn't give it to them.
And they wanted it in gift card form.
Yeah.
Well, what I thought was funny was that the sheriff's department actually, which makes total sense. They're like, "Well, here's the deal. If we're going to text you, we aren't asking you for gift cards."
Yeah.
Right.
Which I thought was like, yeah, duh.
Yeah.
It's like,
Yeah, if you're ever in a legal bind, you can't get out of it by paying it in gift cards.
Right.
no. But I would think that most people would probably recognize that's the case.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, recently my wife got a voicemail very similarly that said, for fraudulent activities, we are now suspending your social security number.
Yeah.
Kindly give us a
Oh!
call back as we are beginning legal protocols against you. I repeat, this is a final call to reach you before you get arrested.
They're going to suspend your social security number.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
the thing.
Yeah.
Those are the good ones to call back and mess with.
Sure.
Yes, that
You want the
would've
number?
been- Yeah, we should get that one and call back.
Sure.
Okay. Right on.
Yes, my social security number, I understand, is suspended.
Yep. No.
Does that mean I'm not going to get this month's payment?
The longest I've ever kept a scammer on the phone is probably over an hour.
Really?
Yeah.
You have a knack for it, but now you're frustrated because all you get is those stupid warranty calls.
warranty calls.
And now
the,
you're mad you hang up
and
on 'em.
timeshare ones.
Oh.
Well, the car warranty people, I started messing with them, like saying I have a 2020
But then they put
2020
you-
Maserati, and then I get calls from other
They put you on the hot list.
Yeah,
right?
I get calls
Yeah.
from other warranty places, and they don't ask.
screwed
They
up.
say, we're calling about your 2019 Maserati.
No
or 2020
way.
Maserati.
So there's like an underground
That's cool.
web where
Yep.
they're clearly either sharing info,
Yep.
because you played with them on the 2020, but now you hang up on them on the same car, so they clearly didn't then flag you as like, okay, I wonder what that underground world is like for phone scamming.
I'm
Well-
impressed that you just wasted an hour to talk to those people.
Well, no, not to the car warranty people.
No.
Hey, I'm all for these. I love listening to this. There's that dude who does it on like Twitch, or
Yeah.
is Twitch the name of that?
Yep.
Where he actually keeps them on and he has that like voice synthesizer
Yeah.
and he talks like his grandmother.
Yeah.
What is Twitch?
It's like a live streaming video service, and
It's like for video gaming.
typically
primarily.
used for video gaming, but you can actually, so people watch you live and they actually like donate money to you as it's going. So like what video gamers do is if you're playing a game and you teach them something, like you did something or you did something crazy during the game, people throw like 10 or 5 or $1 at you, and it pops up on the screen like Tim gave 5, Andy gave 3,
You're telling
Jeff
me
gave 20.
Yeah.
You're telling me we're 12 episodes deep. We could have been getting paid for this podcast.
No, not us.
I mean, if someone threw 50 cents at us, it's a win.
Yeah.
We could buy our brats with that.
I was watching The Weakest Link, and the question was, if somebody takes a dime and a nickel from 50 Cent, what is he worth now? And the woman passed on the question.
Ooh. Oh, no.
I know.
Oh, jeez.
I know. That
Like,
was so painful to watch.
Couldn't even take your time.
Yeah, it's and I get now. So you got to put yourself in a shoot like you're on a national game show.
Yeah, I guess.
You know what I mean, and that's gotta weigh into
That would
it,
be
so
that would be the worst thing if I was on a national stage and somebody asked me a math question, even an easy one. I would
Like that one.
I guess I could
Yeah.
I could see myself being
Like,
like, oh, God, no math, please.
I would
I was
panic
told
a
there
little
would be
bit,
no
but I
math.
think I could get there.
Yeah.
I was
I
told
like
there
to
would
think if
be
there was
no
money
math.
on the line, I could straighten myself out.
Well,
How much money?
Well, the
That's
weakest link
50
type-
cents at least.
but if you're 50 cent and someone takes a dime and a nickel from you, what are you worth? And she did pause. I will say there was like a 2-second pause and then just like pass, and I was like, oh goodness.
Did she seem disappointed in herself?
No, she didn't care at all.
I mean, it's not like people haven't forgotten what coinage is, right? Like,
No, I think they have.
They have, yeah.
oh, really?
Yeah. If it doesn't have a
Well,
chip
it's
that
the
you can
equivalent
insert.
of giving change.
Right.
I give you 50 cents and you need 15 cents.
Yeah.
What are you giving me back?
Do they still teach that in school?
I doubt it.
Gosh,
We're
we have
teaching it in homeschool.
Good.
Yeah.
Atta boy,
Proud of
Andrew. You know, I can't wait for your kids to be old enough to work because I'm going to have to hire all 7 of them. 3.
3.
4.
We'll see. 3. When I left home, it was 3.
An hour ago it was 3. Well, on that note, good afternoon, good evening, and good night.
Good night.
Wait, app!
Oh,
What?
Oh, hip.
Speaking, we had a comment
What?
about, on, I forget where it was, somebody said they didn't like our sign-off. They said that good afternoon, good evening, and good night was not a Wisconsin-centric sign-off.
Oh.
I don't know what, like, watch out for deer, which is way overplayed by everyone else, you know, and my mom always says, come again when you can stay longer, but I don't know if that's just her thing. So I guess what I'll do to pay homage to my mother, we'll come again when we can stay longer.
Tells your folks I says hi.
Drink with you next time?
Good night.